Donald Trump and MAGA are desperate to try to tie the two attacks that happened on New Year's Day together, as well as tie them to immigration. Now, Tom Homan, the so called border czar of the incoming Trump administration, was on Fox News, and he got some pushback from Fox News about it. And he basically said that as they keep investigating, they're going to prove that these were related, even though so far the FBI is saying there's nothing connecting them. And when the reporter asked him, do you have any intel or anything that leads you to believe that? He goes, no, just a gut feeling. But they're trying to tie them together. And then they're also trying to tie it to immigration. Donald Trump took to Truth Social after some information had come out that this guy was an American citizen. He had been radicalized. He was inspired, apparently, by the Islamic State. And Donald Trump took to Truth Social even after that, saying he was right about everything, meaning Trump. And his original post on it was blaming the open border and that the Democrats weren't watching the border, and it was all because of immigrants and immigration, that they're letting in the worst people, all of his greatest hits. Beyond that, Marjorie Taylor Greene initially said that some false information that this guy had crossed at Eagle Pass, Texas, 2 days ago, which isn't true. Like I said, he's an American citizen. Beyond that, you have Speaker of the House Mike Johnson also on Fox Business today trying to tie it to the open border and how the Biden administration failed because of the open border, things like that. They are desperate to try to tie it to immigration because that fits their narrative. They want to tie it to something that everybody, well, at least on their side, is worked up about, and they are convinced that immigration is their big talking point, and they want to hang this on the Biden administration when the guy who rented the Cybertruck that blew up outside Trump Tower, at least according to the reporting I've seen on it, was apparently a big MAGA supporter, a big Donald Trump supporter, with no indication as to why that happened as of yet. As far as the guy in New Orleans, apparently he had been radicalized and inspired by the Islamic State. He was originally going to harm his family and then decided to do what he did instead because that would focus on his message about believers versus non-believers and a whole bunch of stuff. But none of it's tied to immigration. They're not linked together as far as anybody knows. And they were carried out by two American citizens. But that doesn't fit the story that MAGA and Donald Trump wants to tell. So they just want to rewrite the story. And they do that with everything. And we have to keep talking about it and talking about the facts, because the longer and louder we talk about the facts, we can drown out their false narrative. And I was surprised that even Fox pushed back against Tom Homan a little bit, saying, do you got evidence that they're linked? Because normally they would just, run with it and say, oh yeah, it's linked, this guy says so. Yeah, we just got to push back against their narrative and not let them tie everything to the open border, because we know it's not true.